Kenzie, you've had a lot of attention on your career from the beginning, it seems like. But a UFC main event, I mean, does this feel like a special moment for you?
Yeah, I think all the fighters, when we go into the UFC and we start to sign the posters, we always wish like, man, I hope one day will be our face on the poster. So finally, it's my turn, and yeah, I mean, I feel like I meant to be here. Hopefully, this is the first of many soon, like pay-per-view cards and things like that. But yeah, we've been training a long time for this, and it's a main event. So I think this is a perfect opportunity for me to kind of see what kind of numbers I bring in for the next negotiation of my contract. And just for who didn't know me, to get to know me now, because I think even if you're not too big of a UFC fan, you're going to at least see the main fight.
Yeah. Look at you. You're a businesswoman talking about it. You're not just thinking about competition. You're thinking about numbers and that sort of stuff as well.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the more when I say like I'm focused, I'm really focused on everything. I just changed my my manager, so my agency. So now I'm with Paradigm, and I'm definitely thinking about the long term, which is totally different than where I was on my UFC debut. Just kind of, enjoying the hype and enjoying that fun time. Now I'm really thinking about, okay, maybe go up to the weight class after be like a double weight champ, and just constantly new goals. And yeah, it's good.
That's awesome. You've been competing since you were a kid. So, I mean, main event, like headline, does it bring any pressure? I mean, you're talking about all the upside of it, but is there any like nerves or a different feel of it?
No, like the media is the same about really. I've always said, I'm always better under pressure, always since my jiu-jitsu career. Like the regional events, I always fight worse than the big events, so I'm always able to kind of grow to the occasion. So I'm definitely, this is what I've been waiting for, so I'm really, really excited about it.
No doubt. Career going perfect, 4 wins in a row. I think 3 of those bonuses as well. So, I mean, is this just like mom strength or what's going on here that everything is finally really clicking?
Yeah, I think it's definitely the focus of being a mom. I don't need to look for the motivation. I think a lot of the hard thing is like for people to kind of look for motivation all the time. You even get motivated, but it's kind of temporary. But when you have a daughter at home, it's like even when she's crying or when she's happy, it's just constant motivation all the time. Always remember why you're really doing this for, and then honestly, just to be like connected with Jason Perillo, I think that's kind of a good match that we made. Everyone's saying like, man, your striking has gotten so much better, and I've had like 3 first round submissions, so it's not even like they've been seeing a lot of my striking, but the little bit I've shown, they can see the how it's evolved, and just my striking with him is making my submissions come way easier than before, when I'm just trying to hug the person and close the distance and I'm not really knowing what I'm doing. Now they kind of have to think about my strikes, my punches, and then the takedown is coming way easier. So I think that's why my submissions have come even easier, because of how Jason Perillo is not making me a striker, but he's making me a champion, which is he's worked with BJ Penn, who's a jiu-jitsu guy, Bisping, who's a striker, he's worked with all different types of people, and he doesn't need to prove anything to anybody, the coach that he is, it's like he just, I think a lot of coaches, maybe that they don't have big names for themselves, they want their athlete to win by something that they taught them or something like that, and coach is just making me easier to be the best fighter I can be, which is to keep me with my roots, but make me dangerous everywhere.
That's awesome. So it's been 6 months since the last fight. So, I mean, is it just constant striking? I mean, what's been the focus in between? Is it just like working on striking every day and don't worry about rolling because you got that?
Yeah, basically. I mean, of course, when my dad comes, he lives in Arizona, I'm in California, so he comes down, stays like from Wednesday to Saturday with me, and we'll roll, and just to keep like, to be like on time, with my positions and things like that, not get too far behind with my timing, but just. Yeah, I'm with Perillo every single day, basically, so Monday through Friday, Perillo, just my boxing, striking, and with my dad, work my takedowns and things like that. So I'm going against a striker. The strategy isn't to be standing up there with her. I don't want to try and compare my striking to her striking. Of course, if I go the whole 5 rounds striking, I'm ready for that. I'm confident of that. But I think the easiest way to beat her is by the ground, So definitely this fight was plan to get to the ground. And I mean, I think with Virna, for example, who's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, I was focused a lot on my ground just to make sure my timing is good. And with Marina, I think I didn't have to focus so much on my ground technique as much as I wanted to, like, make sure I keep my hands up because she has a good right hand and things like that.
I was going to say, that's what's interesting about this matchup, right? Because both of y'all are working to be complete martial artists, but it's no secret. Your backgrounds are totally different.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, like, is there any, like, mental part that you have to battle, like, that you want to go out there, like, this bravado, like, I'm going to show the world I can outstrike the striker. You know what I mean? Is there any part of you that has that inside of you, or is it easy to go, like, let's just get to the ground?
Yeah, definitely. Let's just get it to the ground. You know, I think the beginning of my career in the UFC, you know, that was kind of the time for me to get into these brawls, you know, with, you know, we're all unranked girls, you know, and now it's like, okay, now we can't have a mess up, you know, we can't make a mistake because the top 5, you know, the champion, one mistake and that's over, you know. So I definitely think that there's a bigger chance that I can knock her out than her to submit me, you know, just because you just need to land one in the right spot, you know, to finish. But I'm not going in there like to try and show that I can, you know, exchange with a girl who's trained Muay Thai most of her life. You know, I definitely want to show the efficiency and kind of take advantage. You know, I prefer to fight 100% striker than someone like Rose, for example, who's good at striking, has knockouts, and has like flying arm bars, and she's not like a fish out of water on the ground, you know. So definitely I know I need to work harder. Not that I don't need to work hard for this fight, you know, but I definitely think that the cardio for 100% striker is worse on the ground. It's a little bit more panic, you know, a little bit thinking about the takedowns the whole time to not get taken down. So I definitely like this matchup way more, and I want to show the efficiency of my jiu-jitsu in this fight for sure.
Nice. And I mean, you mentioned those top names. I mean, you win here, you're right there, right? So I mean, are you thinking, you know, title shot with this, or I guess maybe #1 contender fight? I don't know if Carla would be the fight. I mean, what do you think you deserve if you win impressively here?
Yeah, they had kind of offered Carla before Marina, but I mean, Carla's from 5 straight wins. She was the ex-champion. I think she like wanted to wait it out to go for the next in line for the title. So it's a little bit hard because our division, it's kind of like on hold, you know. The champ, they can kind of choose when they want to fight. So for me, I'm looking at this fight as a title fight. You know, I know there's not like the media of a title, but in my mind, this is a title match. I don't see like Marina or Rose. I see this fight being a title fight because I really think that if I go in there and put on this like exceptional performance, that I can maybe jump Carla and go straight for the belt. But I'm not in a rush, you know. If I win, but maybe I got hit a couple times, like with some things that we could get better, I don't mind doing another fight instead of like having to wait for, I don't know, whoever will win, Rose or Zhang Weili, when the next time they want to fight. Maybe they just want to fight in June of next year. Hopefully they don't get beat up too much, you know. But who knows if they want to fight like in March. My momentum is so good right now. I've been in almost a little bit over a year, 5 fights. So that's what's good for me, is just to keep that momentum going. I don't want to take too much time off. Before this fight, I was asking like for Mick and stuff. I wanted to fight earlier. They had offered July, but Marina couldn't in July, just October. So I said, hey, if you have anything before then, I'm ready to go. I didn't want to take too much time off. They offered Carla, but Carla wanted to wait. So who knows? But I'll be 5 straight wins if I win, and Carla's 5 straight wins. So I can definitely see maybe they putting the pressure on me and Carla to kind of just get that 6th win, and then we go for the title after that. So this fight is going to tell a lot what's going to happen next.
Yeah. Last thing for me, you laid it out. I mean, there's a lot of big, important fights ahead of you, but you touched on this 2-division thing. So when does the flyweight run start?
No, definitely after I get the belt in the strawweight. But yeah, I'm working with Rogério Camões. He's making me stronger, just feeling good. And I fought at 125 before, but it was kind of like a little bit not a very strong Mackenzie. It was kind of like a little bit lazy Mackenzie, like not so professional. So definitely just watching Valentina. You know, she's a long time at the belt. This kind of like, you know, the girls are trying, we're trying, but I'm trying like, man, we need someone to fight her. Like maybe a jiu-jitsu girl is the one to beat her. Who knows, you know? But definitely I can see myself getting to 125, but as like a fit Mackenzie, you know? So I'd really, that idea is getting more and more attractive to me to go and you know, try and just make history, you know?
Mackenzie,
Oi.
tudo bom? Vou fazer em português aqui.
Tá bom.
Bom, algumas perguntas já foram feitas, mas vamos lá. Esse é o primeiro main event no UFC, depois de tanto tempo, tanta carreira. Qual a importância disso e qual é o sentimento, como você definiria?
Eu acho que é o reconhecimento, né? Que é todo o trabalho, todo o esforço está dando certo, mas é só o começo, né? Não que eu não estou feliz, eu estou muito feliz, porém, eu acho que eu já estava merecendo disso faz tempo, entendeu? Então, o fato de chegar aqui, opa, finalmente chegou, depois da minha gravidez ainda, entendeu? Acho que todo mundo sabe que eu estou melhor do que nunca, mas é só o começo, entendeu? Então, eu estou vendo isso como a minha chance de realmente mostrar se eu posso vender luta, se eu posso mostrar que contra um strike, eu acho que a Marina é a segunda luta principal dela, entendeu? Então, uma menina experiente. Apesar de eu estar na frente dela no ranking, mas ela tem mais vitórias do que eu, ela tem mais lutas do que eu, e ela tem um nocaute em cima da única menina que me ganhou, entendeu? Então, essa luta é muito importante para mim de estar como luta principal, de realmente mostrar que eu evolui pra caramba e que eu tô pronto pra luta pelo cinturão.
Sobre essa questão do estilo, né? O próprio UFC está vendendo como um duelo de striker contra grappler. Não tem como não ser isso. O perfil de adversária te agrada ou você preferiria alguma lutadora que, entre aspas, aceitasse mais o jogo de solo?
Não, esse tipo de luta, a Marina é uma luta assim, não boa, porque acho que a única coisa assim que eu fico, caraca, é a envergadura dela, como ela mexe bem, né, no octógono, né? Ela consegue manter uma distância boa, mas e a altura dela, né? De eu ser um pouco mais baixa, a altura dela eu fico, sempre difícil lutar, mas eu lutei com Ashley Yoder, Amanda Ribas era mais alto que eu também, entendeu? Então eu tô acostumada a lutar com meninas mais altas, mas assim, olhando todas as lutas da Marina, eu acho que o ponto fraco dela é realmente o chão, entendeu? Então, eu fico muito mais feliz de lutar com uma menina que nem ela, que fica um pouco peixe fora da água, né? Quando tá lutando no chão, do que uma menina que nem a Rose ou que nem a Virna, que sabe do chão, tem uma defesa boa, não fica tão apavorado no chão, entendeu? Então, eu gostei dessa luta. Eu achei é bom de eu mostrar, que nem eu falei, a eficiência do jiu-jitsu.
A gente sabe que é MMA, todo mundo treina de tudo, mas se eu te perguntasse, você acha que você tem mais chance trocando golpes em pé com ela ou ela tem mais chance fazendo chão contra você?
Eu acho que ela tem mais chance de fazer chão comigo, assim, não com sucesso, mas mais chão comigo por eu acho ser mais fácil de levar ela pro chão do que ela conseguir me manter só em pé, entendeu? Eu não tenho problema de ficar trocando em pé com ela, mas, como eu falei, pelo todas as lutas, até a luta com Karate Hottie, né, com Michelle Waterson, que é uma lutadora de karatê, levo ela pro chão, entendeu? Num round, que acho que foi o único round que a Michelle ganhou, entendeu? Foi o round que ela levou a Marina pro chão. Então, eu acho que essa fato de ela ir para cima e tudo acaba chegando na distância certa. Então, acho que tem mais chance da gente chegar no chão, só que ela nunca lutou com uma jiu-jiteira, sabe? Ela lutou com Carla Esparza, que é mais ground and pound, que fica mais segurando, entendeu? Não uma menina que tá lá querendo passar guarda meia montada, uma plata armlock, essas coisas todas, entendeu? Então, eu sei que ela tem uma mão pesada, mas que nem falou, até minha trocação, eu acho que minha trocação tá sempre em uma setup, né, tipo, para ir pro chão.
Certo. O mês de outubro é especial para os fãs brasileiros. Todo main event do UFC tem pelo menos um brasileiro. Começou semana passada, mas é uma luta muito aguardada e que acabou não agradando grande parte dos fãs, não foi tão agressivo quanto esperado. Espera-se que a luta de sábado seja muito agressiva. Você acha que existe a possibilidade de talvez ela não ser tão agressiva e decepcionar alguns fãs?
Não, com certeza. Assim, eu gosto muito do Marreta, eu gosto muito do Johnny Walker, sou amiga dos dois, eu torço para os dois, mas, assim, eu, como atleta, depois de ver aquela luta que deu para ver que os dois estavam um pouco, né, estudando o outro, tava os dois meio com receio, eu falei, então não tem como a nossa luta ser pior do que aquela, né? Então eu fiquei até, poxa, qualquer coisa a nossa luta vai já ser melhor, entendeu? Então eu sou muito para frente, ganhando, perdendo, estou andando para frente. Eu acho que Marina, ela começa um pouco mais devagar por por ela estar estudando, né? Parece que nas lutas dela ela fica meio vendo onde tem oportunidade na primeira luta, e daí na segunda e terceira ela já bota pressão. Então, acho que essa luta vai ser só pressão para frente. Eu acho que ela vai querer me intimidar de trocação e eu querendo pressionar ela para levar para o chão. Então, acho que essa luta vai ser bastante, bastante para frente, que vai ser um show, com certeza.
Duas rapidinho para finalizar. Uma vitória contra a Marina, você top 5, top 6. Vencendo essa luta, já dá para sonhar com o cinturão como próximo passo ou teria que fazer uma luta antes? E caso tenha que fazer, contra quem seria?
Eu acho que dependendo de como vai essa luta, com certeza eu tenho que ganhar, mas se eu ganhar super bem, tipo, uma performance excelente, eu acho que já dá para até pular a Carla Esparza, que bem ou mal tinha falado não para uma luta comigo, por ela merecer realmente uma luta pelo cinturão, com 5 vitórias consecutivas. Só que eu ganhando, eu tô com 5 vitórias que nem ela, entendeu? E ela teve uma luta muito equilibrada com a Marina, entendeu? Então, se eu entrar lá e finalizar a Marina rápido e, poxa, não deu nem tempo para mostrar nada, tipo, de erro, eu acho que eu já posso até pular na frente da Carla e ir direto pelo cinturão. Porém, mesmo se eu vou direto pelo cinturão, se a Jangueli ou a Rose quiser esperar muito tempo, no meio do final do ano que vem, ou no meio do ano que vem, eu acho que eu gostaria de fazer mais uma luta só para manter esse ritmo. Mas se eu entro nessa luta, ganha, mas a Marina acerta uns golpes, a gente vê, poxa, tem umas coisas para melhorar, eu acho que pode ser que eu faça outra luta também. Eu acho que seria legal com a Carla Esparza. Pode ser a Marina atrás de mim no ranking, então eu gostaria de lutar com alguém na minha frente no ranking, mas assim, tem Yang Shainan, que acho que vai de derrota, e a Joana, que eu não sei quais são os planos da Joana, entendeu? Mas a Joana seria um strike igual a Marina, então acho que nunca lutei com uma menina que nem a Carla, que é 100% wrestling, né? Eu lutei com a Virna, que é jiu-jitsu, mas jiu-jitsu e wrestling são diferentes, então acho que seria uma luta boa para casar.
Para finalizar, se puder mandar um recado para os fãs do Brasil, que eles podem esperar da sua performance nesse sábado.
Oi, galera do Brasil, conto com a torcida de todos vocês, obrigada por todo o apoio, e podem esperar uma luta ótima para vocês, um show, e eu vou fazer de tudo para finalizar essa luta e trazer esse cinturão para o Brasil.